What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a great weekend. In this video, I'm going to give you a breakdown of the top trades I'm looking at for the week ahead. So I'm going to run you through pound dollar, Aussie dollar, dollar Swiss franc, and I'm also going to take a look at the stock Apple. So in this analysis, I'm going to be taking you through a handful of swing trades, and there's also some day trading opportunities as well. So let's get into the video. So my name is Pep and I'm here to make you a better trader. Guys, if you're finding value in this video, can you do me a massive favour? Hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, like the video, and that's going to help me out so much. So when starting the Forex week, it's always a good idea to get a bigger picture of what's going to happen. So I like to take a top-down analysis, start at the weekly and daily timeframes and work down from there. Also, every Sunday I have a run through of all the news events for the week ahead. So last week saw the strongest rise for the euro and the Swiss franc, however the pound was weakening. The US dollar was moving in a counter-trend direction, so overall last week was pretty choppy and a fairly difficult trading week. But enough of the talk, let's jump into the charts and I'm going to show you the setups I'm looking at. So before we get into the chart, you've probably noticed my hair is pretty long. Here in the UK, the barber's open this week. Now, in the comments section, let me know which type of style you prefer. Okay, let's start on the pound dollar. So, as you can see here, since September last year, we've been in this rising channel. So, as you can see here, it's been respected, for quite a few months now. Now, when did we break out this channel? So, what happened here? We come down to the bottom end of this channel. Here you can see the breakout. This was on the 23rd of March, so we had a clear breaker structure here. And this really invalidates this channel. So as soon as you see this type of price action, what tends to happen is we pull back. Where do we pull back into? We pull back into the bottom end of the rising channel. So support has turned resistance. And then we're at a key point in time here, especially on the daily time frame. Now short term, if you look here, we had an impulse down, we had a retracement, then we had another impulse, so we started putting in lower lows. Now there's two ways you can really trade this. It really depends on if you're a counter trend trader, because at the moment the overall trend is probably bearish for this part of the move here. So if we look here, this is looking bearish for me. So ideally, if you're trading with the trend, you only really want to be looking for short positions. Now, this point in time is very key for this pair. So, at the moment, we have this support level here. Now, what price is going to do here is really going to depend the direction of this pair. So, a good counter trend trading opportunity is what you do is look for long positions here. So, you could look at, sticking on the daily time frame, you could look at candlestick patterns. In regards to risk reward, let's just say hypothetically we enter in here, you'd want stops below this level of structure, and you'd probably ride this trade up to the last swing high here. So you nearly get a 3.5 R for this trade if you were to take that. Again, you need to be patient here as always. At the moment, buyers have no control. Bears are in control for the last 4 days. And I do expect price to slow down here, but the ideal scenario is you try and look for a break of this level here, so the 136.7 level. And if we were to break this level, we could expect price to head down to this low here. This would be a good target opportunity. Now, if I drop down to the hourly time frame, let's see what we're seeing here. So, as you can see here, we continue to make lower lows, putting in lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. We're just breaking down slowly. Now, if we look here, so we had a descending triangle here. So we're calling up here and then we eventually broke down. We've come to retest this support level, turn resistance. Now, this would have been a great trading opportunity here. However, this would have been on a Friday. Now, I don't typically like to trade Friday afternoon. So entries here, what I'd look for is a retracement back to this level here. Again, look for another short position. And again, you can start riding this down. First target's here. And then you can start trailing your stop loss to the downside. If you want to be more conservative with this, what you can do is, again, we're waiting. Well, ideally you want price to break below this level here. So what you'll do is wait for price to break down. We'll clear this level here. And then you'll start looking for the retracement again. Then you'll start looking for short positions here to trade to the downside. But again, with the pound dollar, everything is looking towards, high probability trades are going to be short positions. We're below 20 MA as well, below the 200 on the 1 hour as well. So yeah, ideally only look for short positions, and that way you're just going to stick with the trend. Okay, so moving on to dollar Swiss franc. So let's start off on the daily time frame. Okay, so we can see here, when did we break? So this was a key move here. So we broke above this high here. This was on the 25th of March. So yeah, we broke up. Now this I'd consider a pullback. We have been bearish for the last 1, 2, 3, 4 days. You can see there's some indecision forming on this pair at the moment. As you can see here, we're starting to see more wicks. We have this support level here. Now if I extend this to the left, look at this. This is a real key point in time. When was this? This was on the 10th of March. So look at the price action here. We came down. We had a big bounce from this level here. Again, when we came back down to this level, again, another big strong move by buyers. So as we approach this level here again, I'm expecting the same as technical analysts. We believe history tends to repeat itself. So yeah, good opportunity for long positions back up to this level here. So this is the 944 level. Now again, here you want to be patient. There's no real long opportunities yet. And for all we know, price could just clear these lows here and we'd see a move, I don't know, it could end up back down to 899. But again, this is why you need to be patient here before you look for long opportunities. Now if we drop down to the 1 hour time frame, again, we're still looking pretty bearish. This is a move back down to this level. We could see a double bottom here. That would be a great setup. But again, we still need to be patient here. Or what we could see is, again, break this low here. And then again, we can maybe attempt to pick up a double bottom here. Or just wait for the trend to trade and then catch the trend on the way up. And this is where you'd want to catch a trend on the pullbacks. But again, this is all hypothetical at the moment. I have no idea how this is going to play out. So again, be patient. Now, if you were to pick up a position on the higher time frames, again, you could be looking at a pretty impressive risk reward. So let's just say hypothetically we enter here. You'd want your stop loss below this level of structure, because if we break and close below, where would it be, the 921 level, then yeah, we could more than likely see this pair move to the downside. But in regards to risk reward for long positions back up to this last swing high, again, nearly a 4R trade you can have there. Worst case, you could have take profit level number 1 here. That's going to be a 2.5R trade, and then take the rest of your position off at this last high here. Okay, moving on to Aussie dollar, US dollar. Again, let's start on the daily time frame. Now again, we've been in a bull run since the pandemic. So since we recovered from the pandemic, which was March last year, we've been in a clear bull run here. But looking at the shorter term opportunities on the higher time frames, what we may have forming here is a head and shoulders pattern. So if I bring that tool up, so we've got the left shoulder here, the head, and then we've got the right shoulder here. Let me just neaten this up. So this is the current setup on the higher time frames. Buyers seem to be losing faith for this pair, and we could be seeing short term a move to the downside. Now, if I just clear this head and shoulders, well, actually, before I clear this, we've just broken the neckline here. It's not the most cleanest break, but the opportunity I'm looking at is this here. So we have an impulse move down, and price is currently consolidating. So we're kind of stuck in this shallow channel here on the higher time frame. So not really much swing trading opportunities, that I'm personally looking at. You don't really want to be taking aggressive positions here, and then having a small take profit here, especially on the higher time frame. So you ideally only want to be looking for day trading opportunities here, so on the 1 hour and below. So what I'm looking at here is we're kind of stuck in a range moving sidewards on the 1 hour time frame. Copy that down. As you can see here, look, looking left to right, just moving sidewards. We had a breakout here, but then we pulled back into this range. So day trading opportunities, what you want to look for, in an ideal world, you only want to be looking for short positions at the resistance zone here. But look, you're more than capable, and there could be more than enough opportunities to pick up long positions here as well. Again, as price reaches either end of the range, look for whatever entry criteria you use, whether that's candlestick patterns or patterns, reversal patterns, whatever it may be. But in regards to risk reward ratio, again, let's just look at hypotheticals, pick up a short position here. You'd want your stop above the last structure highs here. And then you'd want to ride it to the bottom end of the range. Again, you could be looking at nearly a 6R trade here, either way, depending on which way you're going to trade this. And lastly, let's look at the stock Apple. So again, I'm just looking at this on the daily time frame. So as you can see here, we were stuck in a range and the price was very choppy here. Very hard to have any day trades or swing trading opportunity throughout this period here. So this was from February this year, and then we've finally broken out of this range. We had a clear break on the 8th of April, and again on the 9th of April, which was Friday, we've had an even stronger close above the previous day's candle. If we look here as well, we're still above the 200 MA. So overall, I'd predict price will increase for the stock Apple. Now, if you look at price where it is now, it's currently stuck in the middle of nowhere. So this is previous resistance here. So if we look here, price come up here, and we had a strong move down. Then buyers gain control. We push price up. Again, we acted as resistance here and resistance here. So the setup I'm looking at, and the high probability setup with a good risk to reward is, again, you want to be patient and wait for the retracement back down to this support level here. Look for long opportunities here, back up to the $137 mark. Now, if I drop down to the 5-minute chart, again, we are still obviously bullish on the 5-minute chart. We're putting in higher highs and higher lows. Now, if you did want to catch a move back down to this level here, so the 125 level, again, you really need price to break structure. So you'd see something like this. You'd break this higher low here, for example, and then you could look for day trading opportunities picking up the trend like this. But again, at the moment, on the higher time frame, the daily, we're just stuck in the middle of nowhere. On the 5-minute time frame, again, we're still in the bull run. Whether we just move straight up to 137, we'll just have to be patient and let price show us what it intends to do. Okay, I hope you found that useful. If you have any questions, please hit me up in the comments section and I'll happily help. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.